Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
Supreme Upholstery Limited is a manufacturer of quality bespoke upholstered furniture. Come along with your ideas for that perfect sofa to fit your home and let Supreme bring your ideas to fruition. We also offer a service to the contract market, including large hotel groups and small family-run business. No matter how large or how small your order, you will always get that personal service from our sales team. Come along and visit our showroom.
Hello and welcome to the Irish in the UK. Coming up on the show this week, Kate Boyle will be joining us from the Birmingham Irish Association to give us some good news. Nolas Hanley will also be joining us from the Luton Irish Forum, and she'll be telling us about some very exciting news. But first up, we're featuring a special story about Pat Benson. Pat was born in County Mayo. He was one of 4 boxing brothers. Pat boxed for the Irish Army before emigrating to Birmingham in the 1960s, where he became very successful and made a big name for himself. Here's Pat with his story.
'71, I think I started the club. Very successful. We were always very well known all over the country. They used to hate see our kids coming because they're that tough, like. It takes a lot of work, and I mean work, you know. I really love the young ones starting off, and that's the hardest part in boxing. Any coach can turn a good boxer into a better boxer. We're starting the kid out from nothing. That's everything.
During our visit, I spoke to Paddy Benson, who had a very successful boxing career, and I asked him to tell me about his granddad, Pat Benson.
He's 85 years old now. He was born in Ballyhornis in Mayo. He came over to here in the 60s with his wife, Teresa. He started boxing then. I think for Irish immigrants back in those days, boxing and sport and work were the things that really kind of bound the community and the Irish community together. So boxing was an absolute love of his, along with Gaelic football as well. He started boxing here for the Ladywood Club under Frank O'Sullivan, and he had over 100 amateur fights. And from then he started coaching, and he actually restarted the Small Heath Club in the early 70s after its first founder passed away. So unless he actually restarted it, the club itself would have died as well. Since then, over the last kind of 40 to 50 years, he's had absolutely phenomenal success as a coach, winning ABA titles, producing countless number of national champions, and even producing an Olympian as well. Rowan Williams boxed to the Barcelona Olympics, which is a fantastic achievement for any coach.
Yeah. Now in 2004, of course, a fire swept through your gym at that particular time, which wasn't here, it was the other building you had. And Pat, of course, he put in an awful lot of work that time, because he rescued the boxing club that time, didn't he?
Yeah, well, now it's slightly different. I mean, we do get a lot of support, to be fair, in the charity and the sport industry from the County Sports Partnership and some from the, from some of the big funders as well, nationwide. But back then there was absolutely zero support. He had to put in his own money, his own personal money into the club just to keep it going and just to keep it alive. So as well as putting his time in and his coaching knowledge, he pretty much single-handedly kept the club going financially as well. Yeah. And unfortunately, there was no kind of help and support or insurances available in those days. So as soon as we lost the club and the facility, the actual organisation almost died as well.
And of course this come at a really bad time for him, because it coincided sadly with his wife Teresa sadly passing away at the same time.
Yeah, that was a really tough kind of couple of years for for the family, and particularly for Pat, and we were quite young at the time, but it's affected him ever since, and he still talks about it today, and he's always been a really, really strong family man. The boxing and family are his two great loves.
Now, on a brighter note, in 2010, Pat was awarded the BBC Young Sung Hero.
Yeah.
That meant a lot to him, didn't it?
It did, because he always felt that he wasn't really recognised in the sporting industry. And he wasn't really recognised outside the boxing industry, possibly. So it was a genuine shock. He's always been such a humble man and such a modest man. And until you meet him, you can't really understand that. He's a very just person. Even back in the 60s, 70s, it didn't matter what kind of race, what religion you were. Boxing was the one thing that left all the prejudices at the door, and he would work with any young person or adult that came through the doors of the boxing club. And it was just reward really for all the effort, all the time, and the passion that he's put into the boxing club and into young people.
Now in 2012 you received £50,000 from Sports England. How has that helped you to develop here?
Well, we have a number of really big funders, and they provide knowledge and support as well as just financial funding. So the National Lottery, the Community Fund is a really big supporter of ours, in addition to BBC Children in Need and of course Sport England. And what that Inspire Facilities funding allowed us to do was to completely renovate this gym. So it really was an old factory shell back in those days, but that £50,000 investment allowed us to make the place a lot more fit for purpose, a lot more professional, providing separate changing rooms for disabled participants, for men and women. It allowed us to invest into the infrastructure and into the facility itself, and since then the club has just gone from strength to strength.
You've done quite a lot of boxing yourself. Tell me about your own boxing career.
Yeah, it was a family thing. So we were born into the sport literally. So we were going to boxing shows and tournaments when we were 4, 5, 6 years old. So all my brothers have boxed. I boxed for England when I was 16 over in Ireland. My brother Connor, he's boxed for England as well. So it's certainly a family tradition, and we love the sport, and it's given us more than just boxing success. I think as a young person, if you box or if you do sport to any high level, it really does set you apart and almost set you above everyone else in the classroom. It generally does teach you discipline. It gets you to meet characters in society as well as the game, which normal school kids can't. It provides you, and it instills that level of drive and determination and almost spite to a degree, which you do need in life. You certainly need it at school, and I do think some of the competitive nature has been taken out of school sport, and ultimately, you can't do that and then let 16-year-olds go on in society and teach them that it's all about being a success. You have to teach them drive and passion, and instill drive and passion into them when they're young, because when they're 16 or 18 and they leave school, they're on their own. And I do certainly think there's a crossover between the qualities you get out of sport, and you're allowed to transfer them over then into your work in life, in society. I think there's a massive connection between the two.
Welcome Martin and Annette to our boxing gym here. and not just a boxing gym. We facilitate several things here, but we are so grateful that you could come and give us a bit of exposure.
How did you first get involved with the boxing club?
When I came over here first in 1961, I'd done a bit of boxing myself, as we all Irish did in those days, because it was our sport, there was nothing else, you know. Paddy Benson is a legend in Birmingham, old Paddy himself. For many, many years, everybody knew the Benson family. And I, in my role as working with the Irish community, was asked to come and pay a visit, to come to a committee meeting once, which, as you can know, can be lethal. And that's many years ago, so I'm here ever since. When I got involved some years ago, it was an old shack, an old engineering place, with nothing, only 4 walls and a few metal things hanging off the ceiling. So we had to change. We're lucky enough, we have a colleague of mine who works with me called Dennis Houston. He originally from Ardmore Island off the Donegal coast. He comes from there, but he actually lives here now. Now he's been very good with regard to changing, planning the facility, changing it, modernising it. We were a small heat amateur boxing club, which we were a company, limited company. We were getting funding, etc., but we've looked at the changes. We've wanted to expand. We want to expand what we do. So in order for that, we had to apply for charitable status. 12 months ago, we've become a registered charity. We've had to change the name a bit, but always was the Benson name had to be kept. That was a pledge. We always said we would keep the name, because it's so important to us. It is part of Birmingham and part of what we do.
During the day we caught up with Keenan Folan. Keenan is following in his father's footsteps. He's heavily involved with Sean McDermott's GAA club. The club recently held a very successful Memorial Day for his dad, Coley Folan, who sadly passed away a few years ago. I began by asking Keenan, when did he first start boxing?
Started boxing when I was about 12 years old, and then boxed for 6 years until I was about 18 years old, and knocked it on the head and started working down here at the boxing gym.
Now, I know that you're a great Gaelic footballer as well, because I know you play with Sean McDermott, and of course your family's got great history with that club.
That's it, yeah, doing boxing alongside the Gaelic when I was younger, but I've managed to keep on the Gaelic and still playing now. At the moment, down at the gym, trying to work with the accountant on the finance of the projects and programs that we're doing, then also hoping to develop into a project manager as well, just starting on the smaller projects as we go through.
Now, I know that you've been heavily involved with a summer camp as well, a very special summer camp.
That's it, yeah. We were funded by Police and Crime Commissioner to run a summer camp last year. That was kind of around the idea of keeping kids off the street, keeping them safe, trying to reduce antisocial behaviour in the area. And we had a really successful programme where we had about 40 kids a day in, from the Monday to the Friday. It's just all about getting them off the street, keeping them busy, not letting them put themselves in that situation where they could cause some problems or harm to someone else, and maybe teach them things about themselves, then learning through boxing that how you can carry yourself as well and have your discipline.
Keenan, lovely to meet you today. It's great to see the positive effects boxing is having on young people's lives. We're going to take a short break. See you in a minute.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
IJK's Scrap Metal, Manchester. We provide payment for scrap metal, removal and disposal of cars and abandoned vehicles. A weighbridge facility, authorised treatment facility, recycling and waste management. Full compliance with all legal requirements. IJK Scrap Metal Manchester, a friendly, professional and reliable service.
Supreme Upholstery Limited is a manufacturer of quality bespoke upholstered furniture. Come along with your ideas for that perfect sofa to fit your home and let Supreme bring your ideas to fruition. We also offer a service to the contract market, including large hotel groups and small family-run business. No No matter how large or how small your order, you will always get that personal service from our sales team. Come along and visit our showroom.
The Warrington Irish Club, 83 Orford Lane, Warrington. A friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports shown on the big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and crafts. Pop in for a friendly welcome and to book your event at the Warrington Irish Club, give Frank a call.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
Buckhurst Plant Hire, operating nationwide and supplying equipment to the construction, civil engineering and utility industries. Buckhurst is synonymous with quality equipment and excellent service. Call us today.
IJK's Scrap Metal, Manchester. We provide payment for scrap metal, removal and disposal of cars and abandoned vehicles. A weighbridge facility, authorised treatment facility, recycling and waste management. Full compliance with all legal requirements. IJK Scrap Metal, Manchester. A friendly, professional and reliable service.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
Welcome back. Now this week we've been featuring a story about Pat Benson, who hails from County Mayo, immigrated to Birmingham in the 1960s and became very successful. Now we're off to meet Louis Regan, and Louis has had a very successful boxing career so far. Louis, tell me a little bit about your boxing career and when you first started.
So I first come into Pat Benson's when about the age of 8. I was. From then I started boxing at the age of 11 when you can start boxing, have your first fight. And then from then I entered a few championships. First year I got to the national final, ended up losing the final, but then the second year I ended up winning, become the national champion. I then went on to win the British title, the Irish, English, Welsh and Scottish titles. And then from then obviously I entered a few championships from then. The age of 17, 18 I kind of fell out of love with the sport. I took a year out and then I come back, I bumped into Paddy and a few of the lads and they says come back down. And then since then I've kind of found the love again. Hopefully when all this is past I'll be back in the ring boxing, doing what I love.
And you were telling me earlier on that you're involved with the Impaired Vision project as well.
So we've recently started talking about a project just helping getting people down with impaired vision, just to kind of give them a chance to do something sports wise. There's a few things we're going to try to adapt, like coloured pads and whatnot, but we're just kind of in a progress of doing that. We've had a few meetings about it, so we're just going to see what we can do and hopefully we can start that when everything's back to normal.
Now you've also got a women's project going on. What does that entail? It's
a free project for women basically. It's 2 sessions a week, 2-hour sessions a week for free, completely free. We just get them down, just get them active and busy really. We try to increase their confidence, to make them feel better about themselves, and really just keeps them busy, just gives them something to do. And I think we all enjoy it. We have a laugh, and it helps them meet new people. It's something for them to do, and it's just somewhere for them to come. and feel kind of comfortable, gives them something to do.
Now, you started boxing at a very early age. What would you like to say to any young boy that's thinking about taking up boxing?
I'd say definitely just kind of, it conquers loads of fears. As soon as you walk into the gym, you get nervous walking into the gym. It's kind of, you're worried and it's a horrible feeling. There's loads of big men everywhere, but it's an important stage of life to kind of, you got to conquer that fear. And once you do it, it boosts your confidence so much. It turns you from boy to a man kind of thing, and it makes you more confident outside of the gym. You're confident speaking to people, and it's just all round important.
Louis, it's been lovely to chat to you today, and we wish you the very best luck when you get back in that ring.
Yeah, thank you, Martin.
Marcus McIntosh is the operations manager, and I asked him how he got involved with the boxing club.
Before I joined the club, I worked with social services and I worked with a lot of young people with mental health. So it was the natural step for me to come over and start helping out with the Martin Fit programme. I felt kind of drawn to it, if that makes sense, because that isn't what I'm supposed to specialise in here. But the more people came in here, the better relationships I built up with them, and then eventually I started to coordinate on the Mind Fit project as well. We have on average over 350 participants, not always staying and doing the full programme, but definitely coming in and doing exercise with us. And then we've also put on workshops as well, so surrounding mental health, so how to improve your mental health and how to improve your nutrition and well-being as well.
How important do you think boxing is for self-confidence and building up your own inner strength?
Well, I can talk from my own experiences really. So before I started boxing and training and so forth, my confidence was pretty low. And then I've started boxing and started training. And then I think it was it came to me quite naturally over a period of time. One thing I would say about Pat Benson Boxing Academy, it's like a family environment as well. So everybody that comes in, if you ask any participant, generally what they say is it's one of the most welcoming boxing clubs locally that you can ever imagine. So we've had a couple of participants that have actually come in and said, we've been to other boxing clubs, we've been on other mental health programs, but when we come in here, there's such a massive difference. It's instantly welcoming, and like the staff are very welcoming, and the support team as well are very, very welcoming as well. So for me, it's been a massive, massive improvement for my self-esteem and my confidence as well.
In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminder of every glove that laid him down and cut him till he cried out in his anger and his shame, I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. Lie-da-lie, 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 lie-da-lie. La 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 la
We wish everyone at the Pat Benson Boxing Academy the very best of luck in the future, and it was lovely to meet you all. Now we are off to meet Kate Boyle at the Birmingham Irish Association.
Hello there, my name's Kate. I work for Birmingham Irish Association. We're based here in Digbeth. So today I just wanted to let you know about our online shop. We've got a wide variety of products here: Kimberley biscuits, Barry's tea, porridge, red lemonade, chocolate, red and brown chef sauce, and a variety of other things including emerald sweets. We stock black and white pudding, clonakilty sausages, Galty cheese. At the moment, we're looking to expand that, so if anybody's got any ideas of other products they'd like us to try and get hold of, email us and we'll see if we can do that. If you go onto our website at Birmingham Irish Association and click the shopping link, and you can order on there, pay online, and at the moment, because of COVID-19 restrictions, we have to, it's a click and collect service, so we'll email you to let you know at time that you can come in and see us and pick up your items. We're based in Digbeth at St Anne's Parish Centre in Alcester Street, so you can come in, collect your items just now, but once the restrictions are lifted, you'll be able to have avail of a home delivery service then. So it might be that at the minute, with the restrictions in place, you might have somebody that you might like to let them have a little taste of home, so it might be worth putting a few items together that you can give them as a gift, just to cheer them up and keep them smiling. So we're looking forward to seeing you all at St Anne's in Digbeth soon, and all stay safe and well.
Well done, Kate, and everybody at the Irish Association. I'm sure your shop will become very popular. Now, Nolet Hanley and the Luton Irish Forum does wonderful work for the Irish community in Luton. Here's Nolet with some very exciting news.
My name is Nolet Hanley and I'm Chief Officer of the Luton Irish Forum. The Forum was set up 22 years ago to give a voice to the Irish community in Luton. We are well known for our welfare service, social activities and cultural events, such as Luton St Patrick's Festival and in more recent years our youth engagement and befriending projects. In June we were delighted to hear that our volunteers won the prestigious Queen's Award for Voluntary Service 2020. The Queen's Award is a unique national honour in the UK, created by Her Majesty the Queen, to recognise the outstanding contributions that groups of volunteers make to local communities. It has equivalent status as an MBE has for individuals. Our volunteers were one of 4 groups to win in Bedfordshire and 230 nationally. Our volunteers were nominated for the Queen's Award by Lord Mackenzie. The nomination followed by members of the Queen's Award panel visiting the volunteers and to speak to them about what they do. This is a fantastic achievement for our 60 volunteers and they thoroughly deserve it. This demonstrates their amazing commitment and the exceptional difference they make to the lives of other local people. Our volunteers are involved in all aspects of the charity's work, including sitting on the Board of Trustees, running all the regular social groups, befriending, planning events and fundraising. During the COVID-19 pandemic, they have stepped it up and are delivering food and medicine, telephone befriending and running social groups by Zoom. The Queen's representative in Bedfordshire, Lord Lieutenant Helen Nellis, will present the award on behalf of the Queen at a future celebration when it is safe to do so. We simply cannot wait. To find out more about Luton Irish Forum services, please phone us on 01582 720 447 or email info@lutonirishforum.org.
Congratulations, Nolet, and everybody at the Luton Irish Forum. What a great achievement, the Queen's Award, very well deserved. That brings us to the end of the show for this week. Henry McGlade is back next Thursday evening at 7 o'clock with his show from County Mayo, and we are here with the Irish in the UK at 7:30. Until then, take good care of yourselves and we'll see you next week.